Yeah, I just do it for a laugh.
Yeah.
Well,
That's better.
that could work.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, let's start.
Right. Cheers. Ready?
Cheers.
Hi there, so it's Andy here for Going Nomad, aka Pigs on Bikes, and today I'm just chilling out. It's Sunday, just chilling out on the balcony at home, and Lisa's popped round. I thought we'd shoot a quick video because Lisa's starting her own YouTube channel about living in Siem Reap. So everybody say hello to Lisa.
Hi guys. Yeah, I've only got one video on there so far, but hopefully soon I'll be getting more videos on there and showing you what life is like here as well.
So Lisa's got one on at the moment, which is just a quick view around her house, which is really cool. It's a good video, so I'll post the link in the comments underneath here, so you can like, share and subscribe with Lisa. That'd be good.
Thank you guys.
So we were just talking really before we started filming. We were just talking about schools because, like, as you know, I teach in a school, and so does Lisa. And Lisa's had Parents' Day last week, and so we were just talking about that and comparing our schools, which was, you know, quite interesting. So we thought we might just carry some of that on now, so you guys get a feel for what it's like being a school teacher in Siem Reap. So.
Yeah, so Parents' Day was 2 days long, and basically it's just a chance for all the parents to chat to the teachers and meet me, and you have a TA with you as well who translates everything. But most of the time it was just the TA telling parents about the kids, because she knows them just as well as I do. So.
So yeah, so you get a TA, don't you?
Yeah.
Teaching assistant.
Yeah, I get a TA.
But what age range do you teach?
Mine are between 9 and 13.
Okay.
Yeah, because it depends on the English level in my school.
Yeah, so it's graded
yeah.
not on age but on ability.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah. No, it's the same in ours, but your class size is a bit bigger than ours, I think, isn't it? Because I don't have a teaching assistant, but my class size is only around maximum 25. And I teach K3, so like they're about 5 to 8 year olds.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be quite challenging because, you know, on a bigger class when you've got 25, especially on a Friday afternoon, when you know what it's like on Friday afternoon when
it's awful.
Yeah, the kids have been in school all week and they know it's Friday and they know they don't want to learn. They don't want to learn anything. Like, just the same as we are when we go to work on a Friday and it's like, yeah, it's Friday, you know, it's the weekend coming up, it's time for some fun.
Yeah. Yeah, my classes are about 30 to 35, so yeah, I need a teaching assistant really to finish all the record books that we have to do every month, and she just helps control the class and she helps me every day, so it's really good to have her on board.
Yeah, it's handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did have a teaching assistant when I was working at the other school I was at, and yeah, if you've got a big class, having a teaching assistant that obviously speaks local language, because, you know, my Khmer or Cambodian, whatever you want to call it, my Khmer is minimal / rubbish, to be honest. So having somebody in the class who can speak, if they need to speak in local dialect is really useful. Although in general, the rule is if you're in an English class, you speak English. You don't speak. I don't know whether that's the same.
Yeah,
as
it's the same. Like the parents said to me, "Do they ever speak Khmer? Because I really don't want them to speak Khmer. That's a big no-no." And I said, "No. Like we try and encourage English talking like all the time. But some of them do speak Khmer if they don't understand something.
Yeah.
So I allow that. Like if the teacher has to translate something.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. But you do get the odd naughty ones that like start shouting in Khmer, and you have to set out some rules. But yeah, not too much. Most of them speak English, so.
Yeah, most even though mine are quite young, sort of five to 8, going 8. I think the oldest one I've got is 8. 5 to 8 year olds, but you know the 5-year-olds even. Their level of spoken English is phenomenal, really.
Yeah, it's amazing. You think what they're going to be like.
I don't talk to them any differently than what I'm talking now. So You know, they hear full on, really badly spoken English.
Or
you
Northern
know.
English in my
Northern
case.
English. Yeah.
Some of them are like, "What's study time, teacher? Don't you mean study time?" I'm like, no, I say study. Americans say study. Yeah, you get that a lot actually, because they don't really get a lot of Northerners or English people, and they learn the American English, don't they?
Yeah.
If you get that in yours.
Yeah,
mine get really confused.
Mine learn English, or they learn Norfolk English. Yeah, like I say, I don't change the way I speak at all when I'm teaching in class. So
yeah, me either.
Usually end up speaking quite fast as well.
Yeah. Do yours ever say like, "It's too fast, teacher, speak slow"?
No, they don't. I mean, I think sometimes they just don't admit that they don't. You know, they don't admit that they don't understand.
Yeah.
But the way I spread it, way I spread the smart kids out is that on each table there's, because in our classes because we're teaching kindergarten, we've got round tables and you can seat 6 around each table. So I make sure that on each table there's one smart kid.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I do that because mine are in pairs, like on wooden tables. So if one writes really badly, I'll match them with someone who writes really well, and they start to pick it up.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. It's really good tactic to use actually.
Yeah, I usually mix abilities on each table, so that the lesser able students can find some inspiration maybe, or get bullied into doing better. I don't know which one it is really.
Yeah, I think the latter one.
Yeah,
usually.
maybe.
Yeah.
Come on, do your work.
Do you ever get monitored in your school by like other teachers?
Yeah. Like, I mean, we get an appraisal once every few months where the head teacher will come into the school and sit down and randomly just join in on a lesson.
Oh, okay.
And but you know, I get on really well with my head teacher. She's cool.
Yeah.
And she's the school I work at is quite it's run by Westerners, run by Europeans. Even though it's it's funded by a lady from Singapore. But they're smart, you know, they're clever people who have set that school up because they're very forward in their way of teaching, I think, and they're fairly relaxed as well.
Yeah, I think yours is a lot more forward than mine. Mine never monitor, and it's quite relaxed, like they just kind of let you do your own thing, and there's cameras in the rooms which they check sometimes, but that's about it really. Yeah,
no, we've got a camera in every room and a camera in every hallway, and you know, it's fully same as any school in England is now. You know, it's no different to it really. But yeah, they you know, come around and do an appraisal once every few months, and we get our curriculum that we have to stick to, but it's really loosely worded.
Yeah,
you know, it's like my talk
around.
language for a week is probably 6 words.
Oh, okay, that's
so
good.
I've got 45 minutes every day to teach these kids those 6 words.
Yeah.
But it's good because it means that, you know, I generally do Monday as a kind of introducing the language or finding out how much they know already.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
You like play a bit of a game at the end of that, and then Tuesday is just some more practice of it, and then Wednesday is writing it, reading it, and Thursday is practicing writing, reading. Then on Friday I test them, so I have a dictation lesson on a Friday and have a competition, and they get a little certificate for the person with the neatest handwriting and the most correct spelling.
Oh, that's nice.
You see?
Do you teach like geography and maths and so it's just in mine I have to teach geography, maths, science, what else?
Social studies.
Oh yeah, social studies.
Social studies.
So I have to teach all of that, including, and we just get a book with a rough idea of what to teach, and then we just kind of show videos on that topic, or I do a little presentation on it. Yeah, I quite like that though, because it's not just grammar, not just vocabulary and words, like you actually get to teach them a little bit about the world and places that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a good way to teach English really.
Yeah, and also yours are a little older, so you need something a bit more of a challenge to
to
actually use the language as well.
Yeah.
Use the language that they're learning, sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all I just teach English. That's all I teach. I have 45 minutes in the morning, twice of English, and then I teach project lesson, which is usually some kind of art or craft based project, building a boat out of bottles, or
that's so nice. We didn't really do art in our school.
you know, it's usually involves some drawing. You know, initially, like when they're just entering. You know, when I first started at the school and the kids were, I know it sounds a bit weird, they're quite young, because there's a lot of difference between like a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old in their ability, because now they're at the end of their K3 year, they're now going to go into year 1 for like, you know, and when I first started they were learning single words, and we were using phonics to teach them simple words, but now they're starting to put sentences together. They're learning some grammar and putting some sentences together, and now it's the last week of term next week before they graduate. Graduate to year 1. Graduate's when you leave high school, isn't it?
Yeah, they make a really big deal about graduation. They have to wear the little outfits and university hat.
Yeah. We've got gowns for our 5 and 6-year-olds, so they can wear a gown with a hat, and then like literally 3 weeks later they're going to year 1, and they're just going to a different classroom. They're not going to a different school or anything. It's just like, well done, you've managed to do a whole year at school. Have a gown and a hat and a certificate.
I don't know about yours, but mine, even if they get like B or C, they still pass them to the next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like, yay, well done, you passed, but most of them pass anyway.
Yeah.
It's nice for them.
I've got 70, so I teach like 70 kids over 3 classes.
Oh, so yours is a bit like mine. I have 60, so I have 30 in the morning and 30 different students in the afternoon. Yeah, so I have 20 odd in the morning first lesson, 20 odd in the second lesson, then I take those 20 again for project lesson, which is an hour. The English lessons are 45 minutes, an hour, and then in the afternoon I have another class for English and then project as well. So I only actually teach for 4.5 hours a day. That's really good.
yeah, it's kind of nice, you know. But I'm at school for about 7.5 hours all in, because in between the 2 English lessons and the project lesson is an hour's Chinese lesson. So it's not worth me coming home. I could walk out of the door and just go and have an hour. It's actually an hour and a quarter, an hour and a quarter off. I could leave and just come home, but by the time I cycled home, cycled back again, it's like, and also if I stay at school, I can do all my marking, do all my lesson planning, do all my prep, home and stuff like that.
School from
and then
home.
And then when I come home, I haven't got any school stuff going on at home. I do it all at school.
Yeah, mine's a little bit different. I have 2 hours in the morning, and then my kids get taught Chinese for 1 hour, so I can just go home for that if I want, but I just decide to stay in school as well and do prep, do my marking, and then we have a 2-hour lunch break, and then we do it all at the same thing again but with a different class. But it's only 50 minutes lessons, so it's easy, and
it's not too
lots
bad,
of break times, and but I'm there for about 6 or 7 hours in the whole day as well. Yeah, so it's quite a long day, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's a long day for me. I start at 7:30 in the morning and then finish at 11:30 and go back at 2:30, so I get this crazy 3-hour long lunch break. And it'd be really nice if I could just cram the whole 4.5 hours teaching into the first 4.5 hours from 7:30, and then I could be at home by midday and have the rest of the day off, and it'd be excellent. But you know,
that'd be so good, because my kids get really tired in the afternoon as well. My second half starts at 1:30, and then they get taught until 5. So that by the end of it, they're just exhausted, and you can't really get any sense into them by that time. No, they just want to play or relax.
Same as the last lesson. Last lesson of the day for me. They've already done. Kids are at school at 7:30 as well. So it's kind of you know, by the time it comes around to 5:30, they're, you know, they're fairly knackered, really.
Yeah.
Fairly tired, and you're not gonna put a lot of knowledge
No.
into them at that time, because they're worn out.
Yeah, even me, I'm worn out by then. I just want to do something easy.
So I usually do the last hour of the day is usually something fairly informal and kind of arty, or sometimes even just watching a movie in English with subtitles, English subtitles as well. So they can, you know, they don't have to think too much, but they're still kind of getting something out of it. You know, or just let them play outside, and we play team games outside. You know, it's just.
Yeah, they love playing games, like getting active in the class. That wakes them up a lot.
I was doing classroom Olympics the other day. It's hilarious.
Oh, how would you play that?
Because we're doing preposition, so it's like in front of, behind, in, on,
yeah,
by, you know, and so I had them underneath the table, in a circle of chairs, behind the shelves, in front of the shelves.
Oh, that's good.
So I was doing it at each table and timing them. I was saying, writing on the board, like the different places. Say, right, I'll randomly point to them, and you have to run to them, and you have to get them right, and the fastest team goes to break time first. Under the table.
Any sound of break time, they're like, yes!
On a chair, under the table, in the circle of chairs, behind the shelves, in front of the shelves, back in your seat.
Aww.
Arms crossed.
Do you do any like things for good behaviour for your kids, like reward them or anything like that?
Yeah, every lesson. No, every lesson. We've got a card system, literally yellow card, red card, green card.
Okay, is that, did the school do that, or did you?
No, the school, on every whiteboard, there's laminated pieces of different coloured cardboard. And so you draw a box, put the 3 cards in, make a box for each card, and right at the start of every lesson I say, okay, so if I ask you to do something and you don't do it, if I ask you one and you don't do it, the next time I ask you, you get a yellow card, and if I have to ask you again, you get a red card. And if you're very good, and I've got one green card every lesson to give away to somebody, so whoever I think at the end of the lesson has been really good, I'll give them a green card, and they can go to break first.
Oh, that's really
good. Or
good.
they can go home first.
Yeah, because I think positive reinforcement is better.
And then I'm like, okay, so everybody, if everybody on your table finishes, like the first table to finish, everybody goes to break first there as well.
Oh, that's really good.
So they're all like, but that's where you mix the ability on the table. So you put the weaker students with the stronger students, and the stronger students then have to help the weaker students if they want to be the first table
to work as a team.
So you build up to, exactly.
Oh, that's good. I have this thing where I've put a raffle in every week.
No, okay.
Yeah, I've put a little raffle in, so I give tickets for good behaviour, completion of homework, what else, like good class work, or if they're really good in class or they're being really active, then I give them a ticket. If they get 5 tickets, they get a golden ticket, and with that they can do a raffle on a Friday. Yeah, so I just get like silly things like sweets, or I know you're not really supposed to give sweets, but it's cheap and they get them excited, or like little toys or something like that. And yeah, it really gets them excited. Oh, just be like silly things, but it really helps with good behaviour. And they're like, teacher, can I have a ticket if I do this? And I'm like, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, if you're good. Yeah. Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how long we've been talking a while now, haven't we? But anyway, everybody, Lisa.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe to Lisa as well. You're going to see some great videos coming from Lisa.
Yeah, I've got a day in the life as a TEFL teacher coming up this week, so look out for that.
So there you go. If you want to know about teaching in Cambodia, living in Cambodia, watch Lisa as well. Cool. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to email me at gonomad123@gmail.com. And do you have a...
Oh yeah, it's called Natural Novices, and do you put in the email, or what do you put in?
The channel's called Natural Novices.
Yeah, the channel's
called
Novices.
Natural Novices. I'll put the link
tell me
in the
that.
comments. Okay? Rock and roll,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Take care.